window and he's still out there, so.
Well, day 2 here, everybody. Exciting day yesterday. Same spot today. It's been raining all morning. Temperature fell. Feeling good. Day 2. Hopefully it's as exciting or more today.
Yeah, that buck that we watched all day yesterday, John got pictures of him on a camera last night, or this morning, right?
Last night and this morning.
Yeah, so he's still running around here. He's little. Okay. He's a 7 with a big brow tine on his left side. Here he comes. God, all these little bucks, man. Where are the does? So after that little buck worked off, me and John really didn't see anything the rest of the night. About 45 minutes before it got dark out, we decided let's do some grunting. It was really quiet. Everything was really calm. And instead of rattling and getting really aggressive, let's just try a grunting sequence and see what happens. And I was stupid. I didn't record myself doing that. But 8-10 minutes later, I guess, after I put the grunt call down, looked up, and this big boy was coming right into us. The 8-pointer that we had watched all day the day before. Now, I just want to say I usually don't like any kind of music or audio over top of any deer footage because I just like the raw, like realistic aspect of that. But this, what we're about to watch, is a really good example of buck behavior when they're responding to calling during the rut. So, if you've been hunting for a while, I'm sure you've seen bucks do exactly this. If you haven't, this is going to be a really good example or education to pay attention to deer body language and understanding what they're thinking and what they're doing in situations like this. So I'm going to kind of talk us through the situation, what I think's happening, and kind of going through this deer's mind, I guess. Just a really good opportunity to show some of this stuff. So enjoy, stay tuned. At this point, it's super obvious that he heard our grunt call and was coming into it and looking for us. He was just taking his time like you wouldn't believe. If I were to put the whole video in, it would have been a 20-minute long video, but he stands at the edge of this creek for freaking ever, just staring past us into the woods. So he's sitting there wondering, where's this deer that I heard grunting? Like a smart buck, he decides, I'm not going to walk straight in. I'm going to circle around and see what I see. Now, I don't think I explained really well our setup in this video, but our stand is pretty much backed up right next to a beaver dam, and there's a big pond behind us. The wind is currently blowing from him to us. So he doesn't really have the ability to circle downwind of us unless he wants to swim. This means he's going to circle out in front of us and use his eyes and his ears a lot more than his nose. That's why he's taking his time. He's pausing a lot and just staring, looking for any kind of movement, looking for any kind of sound that will indicate there's a deer over there. It's really hard to get a buck to commit, especially a more mature buck, to commit to a call like that if he can see everything where he heard that call come from and not be able to get downwind, right? From where he's standing, he can see straight past our stand, right to the beaver dam, right to the beaver pond. It's pretty wide open. There's some thick stuff around there, which is why he's hanging around and looking for stuff, but he knows that grunt came from right where me and John are sitting, and he's not seeing any deer. You'll call in young bucks all day like this, but this buck stood out here at 70 yards, just looking and watching for any sign of another deer. And with two people in a tree, you can see he jerked his head up here and he's staring right at us. 25 minutes, this buck is just scouring every inch of this area. It's almost inevitable at some point he's going to catch us. And, me or John did something he didn't like. I'm trying to film. John's trying to, turn and get ready for a shot if he presents one. And at this point, he decides it's not worth it and works off to the north away from us. And that's kind of how this encounter ended. It was awesome deer, awesome encounter. And it's how most mature buck encounters end in favor of the buck.